Hi everyone, it's June 19, 2012. I'm Dwight Schmuck. This is the Schmuck Look. I saw a thing on YouTube yesterday on the Young Turks about this town in Massachusetts, Middleborough, that is it's trying to make swearing in public a $20 fine. You know, can you say revenue enhancement, boys and girls? But a $20 fine for swearing. Well, I did call Middleborough, Mass. And spoke to a very, very nice lady at the town manager's office. And for the life of me right now, I cannot remember her name. And being stupid yesterday, I didn't write it down. But whoever the nice lady was, she was very polite, very informative. Wonderful person to talk to. You got a good woman there. You got a good employee. I would suggest doing much to keep her. She explained to me that yes, they did at the town meeting, by the town vote, they did pass this ordinance, and it has to go upstate, to get okayed by the Attorney General and some other body, and yada, 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 so it's not quite there yet, but the town did vote to make swearing in public a $20 finable offense. Now, it won't go on anybody's permanent record. Yeah, right. Sure, that'll happen. It'll be, so-and-so got nailed for cussing in public on Thursday. It'll be in the weekly paper. The stigma, as such, will be there. And I said to her, I said, well, I'm interested in this thing because, should I come to visit your town with a friend, and he calls me by name, would he be subject to the fine? And there was a pause. And I said, my name is, and it's honest to God, since the day I've been born, I've been one all of my life, my name is Dwight Schmuck, S-C-H-M-U-C-K. Now, is that going to be on the list? And, well, they don't have a list just yet, because, again, the ordinance, as passed, has to be ratified by the state and go through the Attorney General's office and yada, yada, yada. And you could bet you there would be court cases on this. And I mentioned to her, I said, well, I'm interested in this because, will ass be on the list? Because that's, not only a mule, but a dull, stupid person as defined by Webster's dictionary. And, dink, would that be on the list? Because, well, that's a well-dressed gentleman, according to Webster. I didn't mention, folks, there in Middleborough, to anybody listening, I didn't mention that, it's not going to be long till you have some pre-adolescent wise guy going around, well, you son of a female dog. Now, everybody knows he meant son of a bitch. But will that be on the list? Because, as again, defined by Webster, a bitch is a female dog. Work on it, people. Middleborough, Mass. Are you really sure? You townspeople who voted this in, and they did vote it in overwhelmingly, believe it or not. It's the 21st century, and here we have a town that's worried about people cussing in public. Again, I think it's more revenue enhancement than anything else. Really, they just were scared to say, we need some more money, so here's an easy way to do it, especially on people who happen to be coming by and do something stupid. Oh, shit. Well, we can nick them for $20 more. Like, that'll make them come back, folks. At any rate, do you really want your children and your grandchildren to know how stupid you are? This is a stupid law, a stupid ordinance. You know it, I know it. Everybody who watched the Young Turks yesterday, Anna's going off on this, they know it, and anybody who's watching me knows it. Again, folks, I did call Middleborough, Mass. I did speak with a wonderful lady there, and I do hope that the Attorney General of Massachusetts says, guys, come on now, be real. It's the 21st century. Saying goddamn in public is not going to be the end of the world. Again, you know it, I know it, we all. What if somebody's listening to Howard Stern on their car radio, because they're hooked up to Sirius, and Howard says something, will they then be subjected to the fine? How about if they're just listening in their house and, the windows are open because it's summer, and somebody on the radio or the TV, the movie, the DVD that they're watching says something so loud that they heard it next door? Will they then be able to call the cops who come and, listen from a distance and then write out your tickies? Because, once you have opened the window, the air is public, right? See, again, I'm not real sure, being the schmuck I am. I'm going to put it in simple terms that you can really grab a hold of, get your teeth into. Are you really going to want to let those kids know that they come from very stupid ancestors? I want you to think about that. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. This is going to give those kids carte blanche to fail things because, hey, my mommy and daddy did this. Hey. I want you to think about it real carefully. Do you want your children and your grandchildren to really know how stupid you are? I'm Dwight Schmuck. That's the Schmuck Look. Peace.